Let's talk about saving projects. Obviously, you should save your project often and in multiple places. Please, please, please do not forget to save your project. Complete a whole bunch of hours of work and then lose it all because of a software crash or computer crash or something. That is not an excuse anymore in today's world. You cannot forget to save your project and then lose work. You will have to start over. You will be incredibly frustrated with yourself. I would suggest that when you open a project in Reaper, you immediately save it. It's one of the few things I don't like about Reaper is that I think whenever you create a new project, you should immediately be forced to save that project onto your hard drive. Notice, sorry about that. Notice up here in the top left, there's this thing that says unsaved. This is essentially letting me know that this project at the moment is unsaved. We want to, of course, save the project. So what I want you to do is select Save Project under the File menu. Right here, File, Save Project. Command S on Mac, Control S on Windows. There's a couple of things I'm going to suggest you. First off, when naming your project, I think you should use descriptive names. Do not use just week 2, homework 3, whatever. That's not descriptive. I mean, that could be descriptive, but try to be descriptive about what your project is. So right now, this is a basic Reaper functionality. And then I'm going to say a date. I always like to include a date. And right now it is January. So we'll do 16 January 2021. So that's going to be the name of my Reaper project. Do something that's going to make sense to you when you're trying to go back and find a project a week or a year later. Do something that's going to make sense to you when you have a whole bunch of projects that are related to each other inside of a larger directory or folder. Be descriptive when naming things. The next choice you should make, of course, is where are you going to store your project? I mentioned in week 1 that I highly encourage you to create a directory in a cloud-based storage solution where you can store all work from this course, thereby immediately backing things up to the cloud and preventing you this horrible opportunity to lose work after putting in lots of hours of work. There's no reason not to. You get 2 free cloud storage services, either Box or OneDrive. Use one of them and set up some sort of directory for this class. So if you're on Mac, it might look like this. Again, to expand out the where file system, just hit this down arrow. And I'm going to go to my Box directory. Let's see, is that open? Oh, Box Sync, great. And I've got this course content large files. This is where I'm storing all large files for course lecture content. That's descriptive to me. And then obviously 245 Sonic Art, demo artworks. And I'm going to create a new folder here where I would store all of the pieces that I was working on from this week. So we're going to call this week 2, Hello Reaper. And this is where my project is going to go, in this directory, Hello Reaper. And I'll navigate that in a second just so we can see it. Why don't I actually navigate to that right now so we can see it get created. So I'll go to Box Sync, course content large files, 245, demo artworks, date modified, week 2 Hello Reaper. And we'll put this, let's see, right here. Give me 1 second to get organized. I apologize about this. We'll just move this over and put this right here. And I'm going to move. Oh, I can't because of that. We'll look at it in a second. That's fine. Okay, there's a couple other things I want you to do. And options that are not going to be selected by default in your save project. First, make sure create subdirectory for project is selected. This essentially will create a directory that has the same name as your project file where everything associated with that project will get stored. Otherwise, all of the files that are going to be associated with this project are going to be stored in this parent directory, loose and willy-nilly, and it could cause for some confusion or problems later down the road. There are reasons not to do this, but all of you right now probably should be creating subdirectories. So select that box. Second, I want you to select the Move All Media into Project Directory box, as well as the Copy rather than Move Source Media, if not an old project media path. What this is going to do is it's going to say any media that you've added to the project. So, for example, those 3 sound files that I put into our project, these are going to get copied into our new project directory, not moved, which if some other thing on your computer relied on them, all of a sudden would lose the link to them. It's going to copy them over. This way, you can share the parent directory for this project at some point. And if someone opens it up, you're going to be guaranteed that all of the media that they need to reopen the project themselves is inside this directory. So select those 3 boxes. And then finally, click Save. Oh, need to save. And we'll wipe all of this away. And what you're not seeing right now is that it is, here we go, is copying things over and moving them. And now when I go back over to my Finder window, notice I have this new directory, Basic Reaper Functionality, 16 January 2021. And when I select it, I have my project file, which is a .rpp extension. Again, project, a Basic Reaper Functionality, 16 January 2021. And I have another subdirectory in there called Media. And we have our original file for Tree Wrestling. We have our original file for River, and we have original file for Art of War, as well as these specialized REA peaks, repeaks files that Reaper makes. And these are the files that Reaper references in order to show the visual representation of these files, the audio sections in the Reaper window. Okay, I want to demonstrate one more thing here. So we're going to shrink this down. And we're going to grab in now a new file from downloads. And we'll throw in our Quake. Notice, I forgot. Notice that it immediately copied this file into our media directory for our project. This is what we want. When we add media in, we want to know that it's being copied over so that when you save this and then take it out somewhere else, that person is going to have all the media they need. Or if you open this on a different computer, that you are going to have all of the media you need for the project. To make this happen, you need to change one preference in Reaper. If you open up Preferences again, Command, on Mac or Reaper Preferences, and you go to Media, there's a box here, Copy Imported Media to Project Media Directory. I'm going to hit Apply, and okay, so now I've unchecked that box. I want you to check that box, but okay. And what we're going to do now is we're going to open up Finder again. Let's move so we have somewhere that we can see. And we're going to open up Finder again. I'm going to grab some other media file, doesn't matter what. Now notice, it copied it in, so that's good. Just make sure that it's copying that media in. Select Copy Imported Media to Project Media Directory. Make sure that's always there. Great. And then when I hit Save, of course, we've got all of the media that we need. And I could take this single project directory, and this is what you're going to do at a couple points this semester. I could right-click it on Mac or in Windows, do a similar thing, and hit Compress, thereby creating a zip of it. And now this zip file, I could just share wherever I want. Someone can unzip it, and they're going to have everything they need to be successful opening and playing with my project or listening back to it. Hope the saving thing makes sense. Save often. Don't cause yourself headaches. It's really important. This class and all of your other work that you do in Media Arts is hard enough without making it more difficult by losing your work.